Looks like I have finally gotten this guy to work more continuously. Took lot of doing took a lot of using electric tape to keep things adjusted the way they should be. But of course, it is a functioning unit. That is my magnetic amplifier slash receiving guy. In fact, it can be hooked directly between a battery and a speaker and function by itself. But I have it also with some transistorization, as you can see as this transformer in the picture is used to feed the signal. Well, it goes back through here and then it goes through, anyway, transistor, different part, but like, I'll show you a transistor. Okay, transistor, let me see here. Where is that transistor? Hold on. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. This guy right here, where my hand sits, of course, if I can find it. I'll show you an example of a transistor. Well, here's an example of a transistor right here. This will be it. Now, this is an example of a transistor. I'll use that transistor to point out the other transistor, which is my sits right here. Hold on, let me see if I can put them by each other, put it like this. Hey, you see that little black guy? You see that little black guy down there? Well, that's a transistor, and you frequently find them, and you will find them in most of your electronic equipment at home. And then this is a, of course, bigger transistor. But, speaker, okay, tuner, all right. Basically a coil of wire and a variable capacitor. I'll show you a variable capacitor. This, okay, you see that guy, you see him in your radios a lot. These are, when you take it apart, these are variable capacitors. This is in parallel, of course, with a coil of wire that is called a tank circuit. Look up a tank circuit in a book, and of course, you make a spark transfer with a good tank circuit. Just wire these two in parallel so that the two on this guy that you're going to use, of course, and they're going to be the middle guy and one of the ones on the outside, with the end of one end of a coil wire on one of the same terminals and the other end of the coil wire on the other end of the terminal. Run that in series with the battery. Put the wires together and make it spark. Have a radio nearby and see what it can do with range. And if you tune this guy, it'll come in more on that specific frequency on your AM or FM dial. Depends on how much wire how big your coil is, which will lower the frequency, and how big your capacitor is, which will lower the frequency as far as, but how much capacitance it has. Okay, in parallel, make them smaller, higher frequency. Okay. But this is the battery. Okay. This is the light bulb for resistance. I also use that switch to turn it on and off. This is the battery, 12 volts, 7 ampere hours. Do not short these guys, they can blow up. Okay. This is the speaker right here, of course. Tap go more, but not much. Okay. Just making sure it's going here. Yeah, it's all good. All right. Now I'm going to record the speaker for a little bit. But of course, it's amplified by both this guy and the transistor down there, which I usually use a bigger transistor, but it's not necessary right now. Just slightly tune the guy. Let's see. I'm going to nah, better not. But anyway, I'm gonna say put these together, but it's such a small transistor that I'm using that it'll fry, most likely, if I don't try. Well, maybe not on this one time around. Put the bulb back in, demonstrate the putting the bulb back in. We'll turn this guy back on, of course. Do not, I have made the mistake, though I haven't blown my face off or covered it in sulfuric acid. Do not connect outer clips or anything to a lead acid battery unless you have a switch. And also, I may not have a fuse in this guy, but I have a light bulb, so that's good enough for now. Good having an inline fuse though. Back to this guy. Okay. Yeah, it's still going slightly, but I don't think I should tune it now. I'm gonna get to a better spot. Let me get the guy tuned. Hang on. There, I have it tuned to something stronger, but I've got to get going. I might take a little bit of tapping this guy to get the powdered iron oxide in the right spot, the carbon granules and everything else. Oh, it's going just slightly. I'm pushing on the guy. Oh, perfect. Let's see what this does. Twist it a little bit, see if I can get over the top just slightly more. I'll leave it at that. Oh, darn. Push down on it again. I'm going to try tuning the guy. There's a little something. Just let go of the magnet. It's going.